the Billings Police Department continues to investigate what led up to a double homicide yesterday morning. Authorities say they are still trying to identify exactly who is connected to this deadly incident. Good Thursday evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is John Martin. In continuing coverage now, the shooting downtown that occurred yesterday morning led to a 5-hour standoff between several suspects and police, and several people ending up detained. Earlier today, city leaders held a press conference in regards to that incident as well as other recent crimes. Well, Ren Wadsworth attended that press conference, joins us now live from yesterday's crime scene. Ren, a lot of interesting information was announced today. What can you tell us?
John, 10 people have been detained for further investigation, but so far no arrests have been made in connection with that double homicide case. We know so far from witness accounts that a pickup truck was seen stopping in front of a house here on North 27th Street before firing shots into the house. Police report that at least 25 shell casings were found outside of the home from multiple different guns. When officers checked the residence, there was no answer at the door, but through the window, they could see a dog had been shot. Police then forced entry where they found a deceased 31-year-old man lying on the ground. Underneath the man was a 1-year-old child who was unresponsive. Officers believe the adult collapsed from his injuries onto the child. Medical teams brought the infant to a nearby hospital, but he was later pronounced deceased. Officers then located what appeared to be the suspect's vehicle in the 300 block of South 28th or Broadway Street. Witnesses at the scene told officers they saw individuals run from the vehicle into a home on the street before some of the same individuals ran to another home across the street. And according to Chief St. John, this is not the first experience BPD has had with this exact house.
Those addresses, 312 and 313 South 28, are well known to officers. We respond to many disturbance and transient type calls.
That area was then locked down while Billings SWAT was activated. After 5 hours of negotiation, the people were removed from the homes and detained. Out of that group, BPD says several potential suspects have been identified, but no arrests have been made. This case is still under investigation and ongoing, but we will continue to keep you updated with any new information about this as it becomes available. Reporting live, I'm Ren Wadsworth. Back to you, John.
All right, Ren, thank you very much for that update. For more on the overarching theme of today's press conference, we now turn to Travia Forte. Hey there, Travia.
Well, hello there, John. Chief St. John said violent crime has gone up in the second half of this year, and also said there's been an increase in gang violence in the Magic City. Now, on your screen right now is a list of those violent crimes that occurred over the last week, most of which were weapons calls for either directed at a home or at a person. Chief St. John says some of those crimes are even gang-related. He says there are currently hundreds of gang-related criminals living in Billings, all between the ages of 14 and 24. The chief says the department is working with multiple agencies to focus on addressing street crimes and gang violence.
It is clear that the individuals involved in all of these violent incidents have little regard for life or property. The actions of a few put our community at risk and create fear. I fully understand the concerns that gun violence generates among our citizens and assure you that this department will aggressively address dangerous criminal activity and not allow such acts to become a new normal in Billings.
According to BPD, so far they have responded to 222 stolen gun reports. 128 of those were stolen out of vehicles. Yellowstone County District Attorney Scott Twido says community members need to do their part to prevent that from happening.
Quit leaving your guns unsecured in vehicles. Over half of these weapons involved in these offenses are from these individuals car hopping. That's what they call it. And they get into your vehicles and they take your unsecured guns and they're using your guns in crimes. Secure your weapons. So you are eliminating opportunity for these folks and helping us out immensely.
All city leaders say they will continue to work together to track down those responsible for the violent behavior and hold them accountable. But it'll take community-wide effort to help prevent those crimes before they happen. John?
All right, Travia, thank you very much. And just to kind of reiterate some of those numbers there, I mean, we're talking about 128 guns taken from vehicles. So an emphasis putting them on locking up those guns, making sure they're safe inside of a car so that they don't get out into the hands of those causing violence across the city of Billings. Also, an update on the Stahl Cup murder trial. We have learned that the 2 juveniles arrested will be formally charged in court tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We will continue to stay on top of that. More news to come here in just a minute.